Hey, I'm Chris,
And I'm Stuart.
and we're both obsessed with a modern queer anthem from a surprising source. It's the song A World of Our Own from the film Wonka.
Humor me. Close your eyes and count to 10.
And we're just going to be discussing our feelings and what it means to us and what it might mean to you.
Let's go.
Here's a store that's like no other. If it were, I wouldn't bother. Chocolate bushes, chocolate trees.
So let's set the scene a little bit about Wonka in particular. So
Yeah.
I think you and I both had the same reaction to this film coming out, which was, so I personally absolutely adored the Gene Wilder version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I actively loathed Johnny Depp's portrayal. I like the film itself was fine, and
Yeah.
actually some good songs, some pretty production design and stuff, but like his slimy, sleazy, weirdy vibe was the wrong kind of weird
It
for
was
me.
absolutely the wrong kind of weird. It wasn't, for me, the kind of weird that is you are different and therefore that's
To be
valuable
celebrated
and
and
celebrated. And it was you are different and therefore you should feel bad.
And so when the Timothy Chalamet version was mooted, I was actively antipathetic towards it. I was like, leave Wonka alone. We don't need to Wonka again. Like, the thing we have is great. You've proven that you're going to fuck this up if you try and do it again. Just stop it. And so when we went in, I went along with my kid to go and see it, and I was just like, I'm accompanying my child at this point. There's nothing about this that is like good, but
Yeah.
we're going to go and watch it. But like, overall, the film itself, before we get to the song, the film itself I think is good.
The film is good. The film is enjoyable, it's fun, and it's got a magic to it that I think,
A whimsy.
a whimsy that I think was not expected
No,
for me,
no.
because I'm a little bit used to sequels and follow-ons that are a bit soulless.
Yeah. That are there because there's a piece of intellectual property that works really well. We can probably make some more money out of
We
it.
can probably milk it a bit
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
But the film, the story's great. It's got real heart and soul. The production design is absolutely beautiful. Timothy Chalamet is surprisingly, perhaps, superb and has got a gorgeous, sweet, resonant singing voice. But then we'll come to the music,
Yes.
which is by Neil Hannon of Divine Comedy, so it has an impeccable pedigree. And there are some belter songs in it, but this one in particular. So you and I have talked about it. The reason we're filming this, by the way, is just because we want to like note down, we want to like have it recorded how
Yeah.
much we love this and how much it means to us. But we both have, and we've just before coming out to film sat and watched it, and again tears.
Tears, and not just tears of
And I mean that absolutely literally, right? I'm not saying like, oh my God, it's so affecting. Like, oh, it makes me, like, I cry
yeah, no, literally you cried. And
watching it.
I when I first watched it, I was inconsolable and had to pause it.
And it comes out of nowhere.
And it comes out of absolutely nowhere. You have no uh, you have no expectation that this is going to be an incredibly emotional moment, film, anything. And it utterly destroyed me.
Yeah, same. So what we're going to do basically, I mean, you will see some clips of it throughout this. You've seen some already. Go ahead and watch the song itself, if nothing else, just on YouTube or something like that. Go watch the film because it's great. But what we're going to do in this video is just basically through line by line a little bit and just sort of talk about what it means to us. And we don't quite know where this is going to go.
No, we've got no preparation, no notes.
No, well, we have got the lyrics in front of us,
We've
so
got the
that's
lyrics,
as
but
far
that's
as we've done. But we're just going to kind of go through it one by one. So it opens in just like the opening of the song is exposition. It's just talking about what is happening in the scene where we are. So it's close your eyes and count to 10, make a wish, now open them. Here's a store that's like no other. If it were, I wouldn't bother. We're standing in front of Wonka's first chocolate store that he's renovated with his pals, and he's inviting in a random member of the public to come in and experience it with him. So those lines in themselves aren't, that's storytelling.
That's
right?
storytelling. But I would say that the relevance of, for me, the relevance of wishing and you knew I was going to go into this. The relevance of wishing, the relevance of believing that you could bring into being something without that's unlikely, improbable.
Yes.
You know, like you don't wish for something that's going to happen. You wish for something that's.
And actually, specifically in the narrative of the story, we're seeing explicitly that because Willy Wonka is setting himself up against the incumbents, against the man. We've got Slugworth, we've got the rest of them, and they've got these amazing chocolatiers stores in this astonishing grand parade of shops. And here's this like literally grubby ship's cook coming in to think he can have the hubris to take them on, and of course he can, but that's not apparent in the story. And that idea of like wishing into being, I think, is incredibly powerful.
And for me particularly, it dips into sort of euphoria, and like the wish coming true is something like you're seeing it come true. You're viewing it.
And there's also something like, this is an incredibly nerdy point, but one of the things they do really super well in the film is like make chocolate look delicious. Now that sounds like obviously chocolate is delicious and it shouldn't be hard to do that, but I know as a producer in my head when I watch some of the scenes in that film, I know that the direction the kids in particular have been given when they get a chocolate to eat in that song that we're talking about, they pop it in and then they bite and then it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it is that thing of like the promise and the experience living up to that promise is, I think, really symbolic and gorgeous as well.
Absolutely.
And so we go from there into chocolate bushes, chocolate trees, chocolate flowers, and chocolate bees. And we're at this point, I'm just like da 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 da. It's a pretty song. It's gorgeous, but then you get chocolate memories. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! It's happening.
Oh god.
I'll be fine. So you get chocolate memories that a boy once saved before they melted away.
Yeah.
Chocolate memories that a boy once saved before they melted away.
And at that point, you're like, oh shit.
We're going into it now. Yeah. Because the losing of memory, the losing of naivety.
Innocence and promise.
Innocence and promise.
And we see this come back in the lyrics as well.
And yeah, for me, the idea of like things were once everything you believed they were, and then melting away.
And this is getting into our central thesis, right, for this, which is that this is an explicit queer anthem. And by the way, side note, it brings me so much joy that young people growing up now, like pre-teens, teens now, get to see Wonka. They'll have seen it in the cinema and they get to have this song.
Yes.
Because, okay, let's spoiler a little bit. Like the point of the song, it's a world of our own. The point of the song is about, at least for me, and you tell me you're reading as well, is about building community and building safety and love and acceptance and joy. And the lyrics that we'll get into later on are about like wherever you go, wherever life takes you, this is our home, a world of our own. It's about, it doesn't matter the macro situation, it doesn't matter like the shitty situation, it doesn't matter how much oppression or opprobrium you face, and it's that you can build a little castle of joy in your mind and with your friends and with your community. And the ability to do that is I hadn't seen that part of the queer experience articulated until that point.
Yeah, because I feel a lot of the time people think queer representation has to be sort of grungy,
or campy,
or sexy, but there's the I keep saying whimsy, but it's whimsical, and it is the queer joy of creating your own joy and curating your own joy.
And the subversive power of that as well.
And the subversive power.
Now, this is the thing you and I talk about a lot, is that like, for me, especially as somebody, like I'm 45, I grew up in the middle of the AIDS crisis. And for me, queerness of any kind was a thing that was absolutely pickled in bad shit. And the thesis that there are many ways to fight the bad shit, and some of those are legislative, and some of those are community building and activism and fighting for rights and all that stuff. But a lot of it is joy. It's about finding, reappropriating, recentering your joy. And we said that as we were watching it this morning. It's about that permission for whimsy.
Yes. And that you are, not to jump ahead or anything, but but you are entitled, and not just entitled to, but you must.
You must. You're entreated to.
Your quest in life,
yes,
is to find the joy and to express that and spread it,
yes,
basically, and pass it out,
yes,
you know, as far as you can. And then we come on to A World of Your Own, A Place to Escape To.
A world of your own, a place to escape to. A world of your own, where you can be free.
Which
I know, right?
so simple. So simple.
But I hadn't heard it articulated before this point. I mean, I'd thought it kind of thing, but I hadn't seen it represented. And the world of your own, a place to escape to, can be physical locations. Of course it can. And like Pink Pony Club is about that. It's about finding joy in community and shamelessly embracing that world in the face of lack of understanding. But it can also be in your mind.
It can be within you.
Yeah.
And
within each other.
And within each other. And the escape is a loaded word.
Yes.
Because in order to need to escape, you need to have something to escape from. So you are being reminded in this bit of the song that there is people out there, or things, or systems, that don't want you,
yes,
that don't appreciate you, that don't love you.
yes.
And so A Place to Escape To is sad,
yes,
but also this is so beautiful, and like, it's like, okay, you need this, so go.
Yes. Escapism is so interesting. So my favourite author, as you know, Terry Pratchett, and Pratchett's got a line about escapism, and he says, in defence of escapism, people always talk about what you're escaping from, they never talk about where you're escaping to. And actually, that's really true, that we position it again in the negative, whereas framing it in the positive, framing it in the joy is actually so much more important. And actually, the lyrics then go on to a world of your own where you can be free. And fuck me, it's so funny because at one point in the song, right, we towards the climax of it, we get a crescendo and we get a fucking rainbow coming down over Timothy Chalamet, and it's like at that point, if you're in any doubt, there's a queer subtext.
Subtext? Is it even subtext if there's a massive rainbow and he's on a cloud?
And like the Prince of Twinks singing the song.
Absolutely.
If you're in any doubt, there's subtext, the fact you get a massive rainbow coming in there, but like, what are you going where you can be free? Now, to be clear, right, I, as a queer person, I'm not going to appropriate this song solely for queer purposes, because it's about freedom of oppression for any sort of marginalised person. But there's a unique, I think, experience and resonance with queer people here where you can be free. Wherever you, and there's that line, wherever you go, wherever life takes you, this is your home, a world of your own. And it's almost a sort of snail-like thing. It's like you build this little structure, and that so often, especially for queer people, is a structure built on community and friends and understanding and found family. And you build this structure in this community, and you take it with you in your heart and in your soul and in your head.
The concept of home is complicated,
yes, for, sure.
for a lot of queer people. I recently moved back to my hometown, and honestly, like, it's been a complicated and multifaceted experience. And the concept of this is your home. I'm stating to you,
yes,
this is where you belong,
yes,
and this is where you are loved and appreciated and safe. And safety is like so honest about that.
And I don't think actually that people who are not queer quite necessarily, and to be clear, right, I'm white, I'm middle class, I'm middle-aged, I am at least male presenting, I'm safe as anybody is going to be in this situation. But I'm still worried about safety.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that people who are not queer understand quite how scared, especially in this current climate, trans people are about the poisoning of society against them. And that was another thing we spoke about this morning as we were just watching the song in preparation for this, was just, it is about creating that safe place where you don't have to worry. Now, I've put together recently a little group chat of like half a dozen of my queer friends in Dundee where I live, and it's really funny because like most of the chats are just about like Mario Kart and cookies and stuff, but and so like in the same way as like every experience I have as a bi person is a bi experience.
Yes.
So I don't know, it's hard to articulate. Like these conversations are still queer conversations, and yet but they're not about like anal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like but having an environment where you know you're swallow, really beautiful, an environment where you know you're not going to be censored or face opprobrium is so powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like the blah 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 blah.
Well, I was going to ask you, because one of the things that strikes me in talking to you in particular
Yes.
is you've moved back to, we're deliberately filming in front of the Glenfinnan Viaduct, by the way, to reappropriate that from She Who Must Not Be Named. But when you moved back here, you struggled a little bit to connect with community and to find that sense of belonging in queerness here. Now, I don't want to suggest that, you know, the Highlands is backwards and conservative, because that's not my point. My point is just that it's comparatively sparsely populated and you find it a little bit tricky to try and reconnect with people. And yet you maintained your beautiful, glorious network of queer friends, even just through parasocial text relationships and stuff.
Yes.
And that's kind of part of what this song's about as well. You don't have to be in the same room as somebody to take joy from them.
No. And this is the thing, like I found that when I was moving away, in the process of moving away from Dundee where I was living, I had this deep fear that I would have to become someone else again, and that's a terrifying concept, that you lose yourself if you don't have your community, and if you don't have that support, and if you don't have that comfort, really.
Because we build ourselves not just by ourselves, but with others. We build ourselves through our interactions with and learning to be better through talking to, etc., etc.
Like, I feel as if our friendship has improved my sense of self. And in another way, the art that we experience and enjoy together improves my sense of self further.
Because art is about dialogue.
It's about dialogue.
It's never ever about the thing, the artifact, the production. It's about the dialogue with yourself and with others and with society. So we come on then to the line that I know is the one that floors you in particular, and it is a fucker of a line. And the song switches pace a little bit, and it goes a bit lyrical, and we get, here's the child that you left behind. Here's the kid with a curious mind. Here's the wonder we used to feel back when the magic was real.
Here is the child that you left behind. Here is the kid with the curious mind. Here is the wonder we used to feel back when the magic was real. A world of your own.
And for me, personally, the childhood is an experience that is universal, obviously. But I think for queer people, the switch from being a child to being a teen adult is inherently different. and potentially more challenging if it depends on your situation, obviously, but it's inherently more challenging because you are not what they expect. And back when the magic was real is my absolute line from this song, because I remember so vividly the switching when I lost that wonder. And
Because particularly as a queer person, I think you're just like barreling through life, and then you suddenly realize, oh, you don't think I should have this society. You don't think I'm allowed this, and then you're like, the fuck. But you have to process that and try and resolve it in ways that feel useful. But that's the work of a lifetime for many queer people.
It is, and you have this nostalgia for before you knew, and it's whether
that you were queer brackets derogatory.
Queer brackets derogatory, exactly, as opposed to queer brackets joyful or queer brackets neutral.
Yeah.
Like it
just,
doesn't
just
matter.
A thing. Just a thing.
I just am.
I have this color here. I have this color of sexuality.
Yeah, whatever. Like, but I wonder sometimes whether like, and this is when I lose faith in things a bit. Is that, was the magic real, or was I just young, or was I just believing in it and creating it myself? And this is where we come back around to self-actualization and community.
Yes, because we have the magic inside us, we can still, the magic is still real. We can still create that joy and that magic, but it takes an explicit act. It takes conscious effort to do it. Now, again, I'm really wary here of like appropriating this, because the idea of like loss of innocence or childhood innocence is a fairly universal trope.
Obviously.
And I get that and I accept that. But I think there is, in the context of this song, which is about, creating safety and security and just an environment in which people can explore and fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah. Support trans wrongs. Right?
Support trans wrongs.
Tell us
exactly.
what that means.
For me, support trans wrongs is the idea that, yes, we are community. Yes, we are all on the same side in the same fight. But we fuck up. We fuck up, and I'm not going to say that every trans person needs to behave perfectly, because that is a completely, first of all, ridiculous thing to say, and second of all, unrealistic thing to say, and third, it's not an expectation that anyone should be held to. And yes, we live in a society where everything is recorded now. All of your past fuck ups are on public display. But I support trans wrongs, particularly because embarrassing yourself and, like being cringe is part of becoming who you are. Because like, I am cringe for sure, like absolutely. In a lot of ways, like I have been told by so many people that they go, how do you act like that? Like, how are you not like ashamed, basically?
Oh, shame's such a thing.
And shame is such a thing. But yeah, like I support trans wrongs for me is about removing the shame. Like, this is not useful. It's not growing us. It's just hindering us.
Yeah. Okay. So we head into the, I guess, emotional heart of this, and this is like the back when the magic reveal is the inflection point, really, where they're quite light lyrics.
Yeah.
They're quite sweet lyrics, and I guess it's possible to read them on that superficial level, and that's not superficial in a derogatory way, just like on that kind of like surface level. But the subtext is insane. So we go back into our refrain: a world of your own, a place to go when you're feeling alone, feeling unsure. Fine, we get that.
Yeah.
The next lines though: embrace the unknown, enjoy the adventure is about, for me, again, it's a little bit like Support Trans Wrongs. It's like, Honey Bunch, this is going to be a whole thing, but you're going to have to make your peace with that. Like, it's not going to be sunbeams and orgasms. You're going to have to fight, struggle. Everyone does, but you've got a particular set of challenges that some other people don't have.
Yeah, exactly. And embrace the unknown is that I feel a lot of the, and this is a normal point to make, is that a lot of the fear of trans people is, and I'm taking this from a gender perspective, but you can take it from a sexuality perspective, is that they're not a known factor. It's quote unquote new. It's not new, but it's different in a way that you don't uh, you don't know everything about it.
Yeah.
You
And
need
that's
to
true for
ask
trans people
questions.
as well.
And that's true for trans people as well. And this is the thing. Like I didn't know Jack Diddley about transness. I wasn't born with an innate knowledge
Yeah.
of being trans and what that meant and why.
Yeah.
I learned and I grew and I embraced the unknown, and I am now in a position where I'm happier than ever.
Yeah. Okay. I'm stealing myself.
Go for it.
The next
Yeah.
one, because this is the one that absolutely ends me. I think I'll be okay. But it's embrace the unknown, enjoy the adventure. Let's go strolling in the clouds. And that just like, baby, let's just fuck about. Let's go strolling in the clouds. An amazing line. Let's just. It's okay. It's okay. You can have fun. You can, like, you've got struggle, you've got a oppression, you've got everything else, but let's go strolling in the clouds. You know, that's joyful. And then the line is, grab a handful, it's allowed.
Let's go strolling in the clouds. Grab a handful, it's allowed. Clouds are made of cotton candy. Just keep your umbrella handy, 'cause there's a hard rain gonna fall. Humbugs, gumdrops, and Hennessy balls. Fireworks bring sugar string to chew.
And this is the bit that was getting
This
you
is
earlier.
the bit that kills me.
It's allowed.
It's allowed.
And I think particularly for, if I can bring neurodivergence into it specifically, is that allowed rules, following rules, is a complicated thing, especially for a queer neurodivergent person, because you are inherently subversive as a person. Like, if you are queer, you are being subversive. It's allowed. You're allowed. It's okay. Take it.
Yeah.
Go.
Grab a handful.
Yeah.
Like, you it's okay. You can take joy. You're allowed to reach out and grab some joy and take a little bit of that. The next line is clouds are made of cotton candy, and that's the kind of visual in the song, is that Wonka is like taking a stroll through the clouds, just not very subtle, and grabs a handful of the cotton candy clouds. But it's about here's something sweet, here's something joyous, here's something a bit silly, a bit frivolous. It's just nice, and baby, you're allowed to take it. And it does speak to that childhood thing as well, of like, for good reason. Like, I do it with my kid. Like, sweets are semi-rationed. They're not. It's not. We're not weird about it, man. but like, obviously, like, same as for adults. You don't just like gorge yourself on candy bars. And so all of us have this thing about, like, treats being rationed a little bit, and we need to, I think, be a little bit better about thinking about how we deal with that. But just so in the context of the song, it's like, grab a handful of cotton candy. That's fine. You can have that, no sweat. But in the context of the meta-narrative that we see here, it's about queer people being permitted to access joy.
Yes. And you spend so much of your life being told, if you desire this, then you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
Because it is, not to go too far into it, but it's a sin.
Yeah.
And the idea of things that bring you joy being not allowed is so like gut wrenching.
Yeah.
You know, like
And I think, so we spoke about this a little bit earlier, I think queer people do explicitly hear the message, you're not allowed. We explicitly hear it in many ways, but we also implicitly hear
implicitly.
it, and we internalize it.
Mhm.
And for so, like, I think I have so many conversations with queer people of every stripe, and for so many of those conversations, the phrase, it's okay, you can have that, you can do that, you can be that, is like, is tectonic.
Mhm.
And we don't realize how much we deny ourselves, I think. And that's kind of a kind of stupid thing for me to say, because I don't deny myself an awful lot. but like, it takes a lot of work to get to that point, to
it does.
realize that you're allowed. Grab a handful. It's like, and by the way, it was only this morning when I read that line that I realised there was a slightly, you could read it as sort of smutty innuendo into it as well. Grab a handful of ass or whatever. But that's not the point
That's
of
not the point.
of the lyric. It is about just permission to, because there's nothing wrong. It's the shame thing.
It's the shame thing.
So you know this. One of my big theses is that you should never do anything you're ashamed of, and that comes into two things. Either you think about it and you realise that there's actually nothing shameful about the things that you want to do, so go ahead and do them, or you do the work and you realise, oh shit, actually that is a legitimately shameful thing, so I shouldn't do that.
Yes, it is a useful feeling sometimes.
Yes. It's a correction.
It's a correction, but our ideas of what is and isn't shameful is shaped by the society around us,
which is imperfect.
Which is imperfect, and to create a perfect moral compass is the work of the human race.
Yes, and it's the thing about, like, slavery was legal. Legality is not an indicator of morality.
Exactly.
It's an attempt to codify it, but it's imperfect. But that thing of grab a handful, it's allowed is for me, like, that's the heart of this is a queer anthem. It's about permission to access joy, permission to be yourself, and spreading wide of the options you have in front of you that you can take from.
Yeah.
Then, fuckers, we get an amazing line that, again, I did not anticipate, which is just keep your umbrella handy, because there's a hard rain gonna fall.
Yes.
And this is, again, where this is so explicitly queer, to me at least. It's like, grab a handful, it's allowed, but babes,
prepare.
It's gonna be fucking hard.
Yeah.
There's gonna be cunts. And that's and, like, in the film, it's just like, it's what's the line? Humbug's drops and aniseed balls, because there's a hard rain gonna fall. And we get, like, him, like, throwing sweets out and people put up their, like, colourful umbrellas and stuff. But the symbolism of that is wild.
Symbolism of the protect yourself, protect the people around you, because this is the thing as well. In the movie, people are sharing umbrellas, and not to look too far into that, they maybe just only had the money for a few umbrellas.
No, I think you're right.
But the sharing umbrellas, sharing protection, sharing
it's a community thing.
Community all comes back to community,
because it's make a world of your own, a place to escape to, where you can be free. It's like, it is, and community can be literally people physically with each other, and it can be parasocial, entirely parasocial, just like somebody out there who you watch on TikTok who inspires you, or creates a sense of belonging for you. We cannot be what we cannot see, and if you see somebody, you're like, oh fuck, oh that's
there
a thing.
It is, yeah.
But it can also just be, it can be a WhatsApp group chat.
Yeah.
And the way you constitute community and, like, lean on each other and learn from each other and lift each other up, or protect each other, as you say, by, like, sharing umbrellas, is so powerful.
Yeah, the protection is something so important to me, because as a visibly queer person, I have been protected, and I have to do the protecting.
Yes.
And so you have this duty, I guess, to your not just to your fellow queers, but to your fellow person.
Yes.
That something is dangerous, something's coming for you.
Yeah.
protect each other,
Love each other.
love each other.
We end with the rainbow coming down from the top of the screen. And again, even here, I read a very avowedly queer message, because the last line, before we go into like a sort of chorus and we restate the point at the end, which is great, and you can sort of you can chew on it. But the final couplet of the main verse is all the colours of the rainbow and some others too.
All the colors of the rainbow and some others too. A world of our own, a place to escape to. The world of our own, where we can be free. Wherever you go, wherever life takes you, this is our home, a world of our own.
It screams to me LGBTQ
Plus.
The plus is there. Whoever needs it,
Yeah.
whoever you are, if you are with us,
Yes,
we have you.
yes.
We're holding you.
It's a broad church, it's a big banner come March.
yes, home is not for just some of you, some of us. Home is for everyone. Safety is for everyone.
Yes.
And
Dignity.
and
Joy.
joy. The word joy is one of our favorite words. We use it so often to
Because it's important.
because it's so important. It's, for me, like, without getting too philosophical about it, it is the point.
Yes. And it's a deeply subversive and transgressive thing as well, to be able to create that space to allow joy to flourish.
Mhm.
So it's all the colours of the rainbow and some others too speaks to me of the plus, but it speaks to me of like the plus yet to be discovered.
Yes.
It's like, hey, we know about LGBTQIA plus, or quilt bag, or queer, or whatever your particular flavour of alphabet soup is. We know about that, and we enjoy. Most people who are not twats enjoy the richness and diversity of that list, and yet there will be identities and experiences that we have not yet properly considered, and we have not formally brought under. Like, we've talked about this as well, like this is an absolute tangent, but like one of my odd little hobby horses is that like a poly kink straight couple have as much right to march under the rainbow banner if they want to as the faggiest little gay boy in Canal Street, like, because it's about a subversion of normality and a rejection, and it's actually if you wind it back, it's about people who do the fucking work.
Yes.
If you do the work to think about gender roles and sexuality and power dynamics, then you are queer.
Yes.
Because that's the marker of it, I think.
Yes.
And I think the And Some Others Too, that line speaks to, well, we think this now.
We think this now, but I am so excited I'm so excited to be outdated,
Yes.
honestly.
Yeah.
Because I am, as a person, quite, I like to think forward thinking, but I'm going to be outdated in my lifetime. I'm going to have ideas that I need to correct and reform and rejig, and it is so exciting to me. I'm so ready for And Some Others Too.
You're so excited for somebody to roll their eyes at you and go, fuck's sake, Grandad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh, you don't know nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't. I don't
Yeah.
know anything, actually. Yeah.
We didn't plan a conclusion to this video, and that was deliberate because we knew that we'd land somewhere in this through the articulation of these arguments. And I think that's a really good one to think about ending on, that the song A World of Our Own, which, by the way, yesterday we realised could be shortened to A Woo,
A woo.
which is very good. The song A World of Our Own speaks to me very explicitly about the queer experience. It speaks to me very explicitly about acceptance and community and joy. But it is also avowedly a song about not being prescriptive, about opportunity for growth, and that line about here's a child that you left behind back when the magic was real. That's about a point in the past that we've lost something from, but actually there's a point in the future where we can build towards.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't think there is anything that I am more excited about than building a future where joy, home, and safety are free, basically.
For everybody.
For
And that's
everybody.
as I say, my point earlier, the younger generation has a world of our own now. And I really hope, I trust, but I really hope that there is a entire, in the same way as like the film The Little Mermaid is an avowedly queer film.
Yes.
I really hope that in 20, 30 years' time we see older queers being nostalgic for, and like using A World of Our Own in particular, but that film overall, as an inflection point in their understanding of themselves and about their acceptance and their place in the world, because their place in the world is fucking right here, or fucking wherever they want it to be.
Exactly.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.